Okay, that's just a very short video. I passed my test yesterday. One more and I'm done. Can't wait. So this video will be called Mozilla vs Google. We know that Mozilla uses you as guinea pig without your consent. They don't feel guilty, they don't apologize, they keep going what they do, and they really give a mouse butt about you, to say it nicely. That's supposed to be a swear-free channel, and trust me, Mozilla and Microsoft can make me swear big time, because I'm outraged by what they think they're allowed to do. And the governments let them go, right? Justice is blindfolded, so what can you do? So, we know that Mozilla drops code in your browser without your consent. They alter your search results. They use you as guinea pig without your consent to test stuff out. And I've never seen a word of apology. I never heard them saying, "Oh yeah, sorry, we don't do it anymore," or anything like that. They just continue and give nothing about it. They know that wave goes by because too many people throw away their dignity and privacy and flush it in a loo. Off it goes. Right? Don't do this, guys. So, what about Google? Google is spying on you. Yes, they do, and they tell you what they do with it. And until now, they still have the benefit of a doubt to be genuine with what they say. And yeah, so let's compare this. Google eavesdropping tool installed on computers without permission. It could be Mozilla, could be Microsoft, right? They build a whole bloat spyware running your computer, and they make you sign the EULA 10 and you say, "Oh, it's all good. Screw me over. I give you my money for it." On top of everything. So it has been, and that's a good thing, the open source community. So they find stuff. That's why Linux is still safe. And I trust that FreeBSD is the same way monitored by many people. Linux in the moment is just far more. So lots of people looking into code, and then they find stuff. And this guy here, there was a press speaker, developer officially said in a blog post, "While I was working and thought I'm nothing that an LED goes on." This Google developer Miguel said, "The key here is that Chrome is not a Google product. We do not directly distribute it or make it any guarantee with blah blah blah." So, however, there was a speaker who said, kind of, it's your own fault, opt in or opt out. This guy needs to be fired because he is even very bad for the image of Google. He can work easily for Microsoft. They will take him and kiss his feet. And the same with Mozilla. If you have a cheeky, unreasonable, I can't say what he really is, because they're still protected. So, however, Google at least, they got caught. They have this individual trying to justify or blame yourself that there's a listening device in your browser because you use it. What the heck? This guy, in my grandfather's times, he would be hanging on a tree. And a horse would have quite less weight on the back for what they're doing. It is unbelievable how dirty their excuses and attempts to hide and blame you for using a product which was supposed to be spy-free, right? Because he didn't sign anything like this. So luckily, I don't want to read it anymore. I just don't want to read it anymore. There was a guy who said this, it's all, he kind of said it's your fault, you use the browser, whatever. You could have opted out, so it's all your own fault. So this guy, don't get me started. Do not get me started. I've got, However, so then at least Google removes always listening code from Chromium. So they take action. They're not sitting there laid back and like Mozilla or Microsoft and say, "You know what, this is what it is, we spy on you, okay, we lied to you and we cheated at you and we raped your privacy and you do not have dignity when you use our product, so give us your money." And most of the people do. You know what I mean? They get screwed over like you park your car and somebody bangs in it and totals your car, and then they come to you. You shouldn't have parked there, so just pay for my car, and I want something on top of it because of the terrible experience I had. And then people, without questioning, if you compare that to Mozilla and Microsoft, without questions they say, oh yeah, you're so right, here take more money and look in my privacy, whatever you want, here's the key of my house, and here are all my secret little pictures and for my girlfriend and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Google, I hope at least that they stay kind of clean. They use your stuff for advertising, and it is evident. Man, you get bombarded. So if you don't want to be bombarded by a certain subject you're searching, use Tor so that you don't get associated with it, because it can go in the wrong direction. You look for in a real life something for a friend, and you get associated with it. So use Tor for these kind of things. Things you're interested in, like if you have a Google Home, you want to have home-controlled devices like bulbs, Bluetooth speakers, Cast, this kind of stuff. Use Google, because they bombard you with advertisements, so you get the choices, which is not bad. This is, in my opinion, it's a good thing. So it's a win-win situation if it keeps Google running and their services, and I buy the product anyway, so at least I have choices. Do they manipulate my choices? Yeah, they do, but not as you don't get raped like from Microsoft or Mozilla. And I know people justify it their own way why they still use their products. I haven't found anything for myself to convince me to get raped by companies, abused, taking my privacy, dignity, everything of my human being taken away, to run a third world class operating system and give them my money for this. You know what I mean? So it's like somebody rapes somebody and says, you know what, that is $100. What? And I mean, we would think in a moment still it's unthinkable. Who knows when TV propaganda runs around, what's coming out? Maybe this is then totally normal, right? Because they're working on it. They brainwash the majority of people with ridiculous stuff. However, so in the computer world, this is common sense for these common users, because they do this. Oh yeah, thank you so much for screwing me over, Microsoft. Can I please give you some more money so that you can spend it in spy technology and take data of whatever I want? Whatever you want, whenever you want. Just feel free. Here's the key of my house car. Just you don't have to fill up. I fill it up. Don't you worry, because it's your internet. If you live on internet, you pay for that too, because you pay per gigabyte, right? And they use it. Don't you worry. They use your internet. You know what I mean? Without your consent. Yeah, who cares nowadays? I don't know. At least it seems that the Linux community is still aware. FreeBSD is aware. And it seems more and more people who have, I would call it situational awareness, because it seems to be gone or wiped out through TV and this dreadful music stuff they're pouring out. I mean, you just have to have a good body, right? You don't have to sing anymore. I'm lucky I grew up in the times when people actually had a voice and they had to sing. That made them kind of famous, you know. But nowadays you just run around half naked and I can't say the words I would like to say, guys. You know, around on stage, and everybody is doing, oh, you know, it's amazing. You want to watch this, and you can watch some different stuff, and you go right on. You don't have to listen to this dreadful screaming cat which you pull over the glowing hot exhaust pipe, you know. However, so I want to point that out. I thought it's maybe important to know. Yes, Google did this wrong. The worst was this guy trying to to blame yourself for using this software. I forgot where he is. It's absolutely amazing, this guy. I mean, private party founder in blog post. So they found it, and so there was one guy from Google who really tried to kind of say this, and I said, what the heck is going on? How to switch to disable microphone and camera built into most computers is needed. I think that's the guy. The default install will still wiretap your room without your content unless you opt out, and more importantly know that you need to opt out. Yeah, that's what they do nowadays too, and that's the same like Plex media server, so I really have to look in something else. They go the same crooked way, like it seems that lots of companies go that crooked way. You know, we the people made them having a good product, come with our ideas, they listen, and when they think they have it now, then they pull over to the other side. And like Plex, you can opt out on a few things now on the media server, but there are some important opt-outs which are only on your account on their website, well hidden. You don't find that just that easy. You try to Google for it. You have to really look deep into it to find these opt-out opportunities. And there are a few things that don't let you opt out anymore. And they all have the same excuses. Yeah, we want to increase the performance and your experience. Yeah, increase my experience and have some privacy for myself and stay the heck out of my privacy. You do not get the keys of my car, you don't get access to my house, and no, you're not looking into my photo albums, and do not read my letters. Right? There's certain things you can write on a postcard, and there's certain things you write in a letter. You don't know, or you don't want everybody to read all your stuff. What the heck? Why is that for people different when they go on a computer? It's even worse. Yeah, if you use Windows 10, you're on an X-ray machine, on a privacy X-ray machine. And if you want to top it, run Mozilla Firefox. You know, then you work permanently in one of these machines at the airports nowadays. You know, stripped naked, and everybody can laugh at you. So don't let that happen to you. I can not stress that enough. What the heck, guys? How come I have to make a video like this? I just hope that a few people wake up and say, you know what, that guy is crazy, but what he says is actually right. What the heck happened here? Man, must be a wake-up call. Maybe I need a TV show where I put things back straight, you know? And things they show you, they're not normal, they're not acceptable. It's not right if somebody spies at you without your consent. It is not, and it's not needed. Today, you still have the chance to protect yourself. Go as little in the cloud as you can, because in the cloud you do not have any control what the server does, where your data goes, and who has all a look into it. So that means if you use an email program, it is on the end. It is on a server somewhere, except you run your own. But you still run through the network and through the internet, and I'm quite sure that just everything you get, like HTTPS and these, I think they already cracked these codes, because there was years ago, GPG, I think, they had regulations that they couldn't encrypt stronger because NSA at this point in time had trouble. That's how TrueCrypt got out of business, right? They opted out with a totally weird, weak excuse where you say, what the heck? So everybody who could read between the lines, we knew, okay, they got a visit and they're not allowed to continue. Otherwise they have an accident or get cancer out of nothing, you know? But yeah, that's how the world is in the moment. For me, it's simple, you know, we're all born to die, so at least die with dignity, right? What else were you here on Earth for? If you're just a worm and crawling on the ground, you die anyway. What the heck? Grow a bone, wake up, stand tall, and don't let anybody fool you. For nothing, and don't give them your money. Yeah, oh yeah, I've got 2 frames more on Windows. Yeah, what the heck? Screw Windows. You know, run it on Linux. If I ever work out how to play on FreeBSD, I will. I just want to see how it works. And there's another video coming where I need all your opinions, because it's a difficult decision for me to come up. And that is with running my business, and I need to have a dedicated computer for this. But I have tons of ideas and I need your input. Because I don't know it all, right? I'm always happy when people say, yeah, but think of that, think of that, think of that. And did you consider this? And do you know about that? So I really can't wait to have your guys' input. And I mean, I'm quite happy. I just have 111, I mean, 112, what? So I get more and more subscribers. I kind of hope it stays a little bit low number so that I can respond to everybody on the comments. I'm really happy that I thought they're old videos. I still get thank yous that people say, hey, Dirk, it worked. And they let me know what operating system. So I'm very happy. Even a Calculate Linux guy, I think it was Spanish, I just run it through a translator, and he said, thank you, Dirk, it worked. So I'm very happy. So that makes me happy, actually, because that keeps people away from operating systems where you shouldn't be, because they're not good for you. They don't want your best. Yeah, they want your best, your money, but that's not your best. Don't believe that for a moment. Money is just a tool. It comes and goes in life, and you never get rich through work. So enjoy your life. Yeah, and so that is it for now. Don't let people fool you. And so I still stay a customer of Google. I must admit, I'm guilty. I bought a Google Home, and I know that thing is listening, because once you have it connected, you hold your phone in your hand because your phone is listening too, right? That just helps them. Every device from where Google is running, Android is running, will be listening to you. So that's why people say, it could hear me in the living room, and I was in the bedroom. Yeah, because it was listening through your phone. It just answers through the big machine. I don't think everybody knows that, but I'll give you a hack about that, because there is no sensitive data when I talk. You see, I put it on YouTube. What's the hack? So, yeah, I know that black van is here for 2 days already in my street, working on telephone lines we don't have. Hold on, it's knocking. There are 2 men in black. I'm just back. I have no idea what they wanted. I can't remember. However, so if you hold your phone in your hand, you always hear bzz, bzz, bzz. It's always listening, so it's vibrating, right? Which is a kind of a necessity if you have a Google Home. But I like the idea how to use it, because I have tons of little appointments, and before I was typing them like here in my Synology notes, which was good. But now I just put them in my Google Calendar. So, and when I have a schedule on paper, I just go home and then I read it kind of to my Google Home, and that puts it all in my calendar as events, right? And then I got everything sorted and I got it on my calendar. So that's coming up, by the way, in my other video, because I really need input from you guys, and I'm happy to have you all on board. And yes, I watch your YouTube videos too, but sometimes, because I download them all, I'm sometimes forget to reply. So I like to reply usually. Encourage you all, get out there, let people know. Do not fall back, stay tall, don't let people abuse you, do not give them your money. Because in the moment you don't give them your money anymore, yes, I live from raping your privacy and stealing everything about you, profiling you and stuff like that. But that does not mean you have to give them your money. And once that doesn't feed enough anymore, then they have to change tactic. Most important, don't buy their products. They go away in time. Trust me. If they don't make any money, they get dropped. All these people like to call themselves sharks. I call them rats. They eat themselves. You know what I mean? If you take the money out, they have no loyalty except to money. So be better than this. So before I get more in trouble, I cut that video off. Guys, do not support these people. And Google, to me, it's still a product I would use. And that is it. Because they have done this. They got caught. Maybe the management... I will give them a slack here and say maybe the management did not know. Once they figured out, they say, oh dear me, I'll pull it back. And that's the right thing to do. Did you see anything like that from Microsoft? You had to sue Microsoft in order to hide their listening devices more, because it was illegal. So they didn't give up, they just changed it, right? That's what Microsoft does. They just change and say, okay, they got this one, we'll find another one. We'll hide it in here or in there. And Mozilla is just, they say, we have millions of users, they're all dumb. We just let them run it anyway. If we lose 2,000 or 3,000, who cares? We have so many people we can X-ray, and we have big business in it. What's a shocking thing is for me? It works. How is that possible? How? Yeah, I know I might step on some people's toes here. How can you still use that product? Honestly, it's like if you have a friend and he steals in your house. He's stealing stuff from your house. He stole your tablet, and he stole your favorite Star Wars figure. And next day he knocks on the door and he says, hey, come in here. First of all, have a $50 so in case you get hungry, whatever. And if you steal, it's not a big deal, It's not a big deal when you steal. Come in my house, feel free. And hey, I'll go in the garage for half an hour. So, it's maybe some are even smarter. Please don't steal anymore, or we'll be out for an hour. I have to go shopping. Feel free. Run around in my house, do what you want. But please don't steal anymore. And then you go out after an hour, and when you come back, the guy says, okay, you got to go, because his car is so heavy, it is almost touching the ground with the exhaust pipe, because it's fully loaded with all your stuff. And then next day he comes again, and you do the same thing. What? You know, I mean, I've seen in Starship Voyager, a defective Borg who run against the wall. It feels like that. It's like a crack in a vinyl record. You know, how can you do this? How can you do this? I mean, somebody who is still using Firefox, and don't come it faster. You can't even measure the speed anymore. You know, it depends more on your internet connection and on the website or web servers you're accessing than on the browser itself. And yes, with Pale Moon I miss a few things. On FreeBSD, Chromium is not Chromium. WaterFox is not behaving very well. Because I was in FreeBSD, so I just booted back here in Ubuntu, I think it is, because I'm still making my mind up what to do with my gaming laptop. If I could install and calculate Linux my NVIDIA graphic card like on Voyager, there's no question asked. I know what to do. But yeah, if you can't have what you want, so you have to compromise. But I have to compromise the right way, not giving up my privacy, that's for sure. And one more time, but because I'm with Ubuntu has never done this. People say, oh, they spied on you. Yes, and for sure not, because all they did was putting this Amazon link on, which they should have just told in advance, guys, next release we have that Amazon on because we try to make some money, raise some money to get our developing stuff going. And then people would have said most likely, yeah, it's okay, I can buy stuff at Amazon and you get some bucks of it. But don't do things in secret. I mean, that's a mistake here from Google too. You know, that this happened. This must not happen. Well, generous people we forgive, and then people think you're stupid and they can abuse you like Microsoft does, right? Or like Mozilla. They don't even care. They don't even take action. They make not a stand. They just don't care. They just do not care about you or as a person. They're totally interested in profiling you and getting everything out of you what they can to make use out of it and sell it to who knows. Who can actually analyze all this data collected, right? So that's another thing we have to watch out for. And this is it now. I cut that video off. I can't understand. I do not understand how people still use these not questionable, it's obvious, these obvious privacy invading, human rights disregarding electronic pieces. What the heck? You do this. You put at your neighbor's girl a spy cam on and a bug to listening. Oh, you go to prison, don't you? It's not even on the wall and you go already to prison for. No. And you can say, oh, I just wanted to improve her life and thought I want to listen where I can help her. That doesn't count. You don't spend millions of dollars, tax dollars, and sponsor some elections and stuff like that. So no, you cannot do that. But how can I say this? I mean, our world is changing so fast and becoming more and more insane, and things I could not imagine are justified today. I mean, don't get me started. This video was purely now about comparing Microsoft and Mozilla to Google, for example. I'm not getting paid by Google, and I'm going to give it about it. This is just what I've seen so far and what I can tolerate. If somebody makes a mistake, it's okay. If it is an evil mistake, you can slap his finger and say, can't say these words, but I would say, watch it. Yeah, you do a few more of those, you're out of business, because I would have no trouble to throw my Google Home in a bin. That's the same thing. Why would I keep it? If it would be for Mozilla or for Microsoft, it would go in a bin. Why the heck would I ever have anything from them in my house? This cannot be. So, yeah, but that's just me. And don't stop, never give up. Don't stop, never give up. So, there is still your dignity. Stay tall, walk tall. Do not let people fool around you. Or fool you around. However, so I cut that video off. I had to vent that out because I just can't. I'm missing at everything. I cannot understand. And yeah, wakey, don't let this happen to you. It's not a must happen to you. For what? For 3 freaking frames in a game? For metallic shine on a plane? What the heck? Is your dignity and privacy not? Is it not having a higher value than this? Are you that cheap? No, you're not. None of you. So, this is it. Stand up. Stay tall. Don't let people fool you around. And don't give them the money. They starve. Because they're all not sharks. They're rats. They eat themselves. And they don't have money. They just fall over the other. Look, we can steal his business. We can. Let them all. That's a... I can't say that. I wish I could just express exactly what is in my mind. But that's supposed to be a swear-free channel, And it should stay that way, because that's another thing, that it seems that, let's take wargaming, the way they rigged their game, they made it the most toxic game I've ever seen and imagined. You don't have that toxic stuff going on in War Thunder, but they made that game so toxic that you're not just getting profiled about your action, your personality. Are you offensive, defensive? Are you taking action? Are you a team player? Blah 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 blah. A quitter, or do you keep going and things like that? That's all what's a profile about your personality, right? But then they try to make it that toxic that you actually really get angry and steamed, and you swear on people you have never seen in your life, and you judge them, and you get manipulated to become that way. So if somebody tries to manipulate you into going in a certain direction, do not go in that direction. There is somebody trying to control your way of life. Do not let that happen. You still, right now you can still carefully express your opinion, but they're working on taking that away too, right? Then you're Nazi, you're whatever. Yeah, they have 1,000 ideas how they call it, and some groups are allowed to be offended and some are not. You know what I mean? Your justice is blindfolded, and when you put the money in the right balance, it will tip your way. That's how it goes, right? You don't have to be, or even threats. People say, I can't say that. I get in trouble if I say that. So. No, I cannot do that. That would put me most likely in trouble. Shots are fired. Friendly fire. Okay, no, we don't want that here. Yeah. Soon a driving instructor. I don't want to die on the road. I want to do flight instructor. It's even worse. They just send a kamikaze student and knock you into the ground. Oh, dear me. However, this is it before I get carried away. I'm in a good mood again, so I can cut the video off. I hope you like that video in that way, that it kind of rattles you awake. If you disagree, you have the right to disagree. I'm not the all-knowing Dirk, and I have not the right to control your life, but so has nobody. And be careful. You only know things that people spied on you and all that stuff because there are other people watching out for us, what other people call nerds. They're sitting there and watching the code and watching traffic, and then they say, what the heck is going on? And sometimes people might not be aware. When things come out, it is inside whistleblowers. They drop the code or make a little thing in it so that it comes out, so that people can see. So honor their work, that they risk their jobs and money and income and maybe lives or health, that they make us aware and say, look guys, you get abused here, do not do it, right? So, that's it. I'll cut the video off before no doors knocking. There are 2 black men. I feel dizzy. Okay guys, I'm out. I'll make a new video soon. I need your input then. Okay, bye bye guys. Hope you like it. Bye bye. Bye bye.